everyone, so you've started your real estate journey, and the first step is you get onto Google and you're firing away your questions on how do I buy real estate. So we're going to take the most popular questions on Google and we're going to answer them for you. My dad and I are going to take those. Let's get this started. First one is, how do I start the home buying process?
The most important aspect is you have to be financially stable before buying a home. Second, your income stream should be also stable. Once these two are done, then you can go and find out what is the loan eligibility. You should find out what is the size of home that you can afford. Once these three are done, then find a good broker with high integrity. It's very important. And for finding out good home, the home should be located near the place of work, either one of the two spouses, and if you have children, near your children's school. These are some of the basic things that you should know before starting out the home buying process.
Second is, how long is this whole process?
This will vary from 3 months to 3 years, because buying a home is the biggest asset that you are going to have in your portfolio is your home. So you should take your time to buy your home correctly, and the only drawback here is the more time you take, the higher the price you're going to pay. So you got to have a balance here. And if you're buying a new home, once you have put the deposit, from the time of the construction, it will take about anywhere between 18 months to 36 months. So that's for a new home. So a completed home, it will be between 3 weeks to 6 weeks.
So I'm going to also take that question in the sense that you have to first ascertain what is it that you want to buy. Where does time go most during your whole process? It is in trying to identify what you want. And then there's a gap between what you want and what the market is willing to offer. Once you understood what you want and what you can afford, then finding a property is not that difficult. I would say once you've decided what you want and you've got adequate finances for that, in 6 months you can find a suitable property, go through your legal due diligence and have your transaction done. Criticality is identifying your budget, identifying the area that you want, and what kind of property that you speaks to.
How do brokers determine the price for the properties?
This is my favorite question. So everyone thinks that the broker and the developer are cahoots and they set the price for the property. So actually, we're only a small cog in this massive engine, which is the real estate market. What is market price? Market price is the price which a willing buyer and a willing seller meet at an arm's length transaction. So the price that a seller and a buyer agree upon is the price. The broker and the developer or the broker can only, give a range of what is available, what are the properties available currently, what is the trend in the market. But ultimately the buyer and the seller determine the price. Broker is only an enabler of the whole. Do you agree?
Yeah. The main point for a broker is he has to be transparent, he has to work with integrity and represent the seller very transparently before the buyer, so that there is nothing in between. His brokerage is the only thing that he charges. So getting a very honest broker with high integrity is very important. And by placing various offers between the buyer and the seller, the market is priced.
Perfect. So segue to the next question. How do I know if the price is right for me?
See, there is nothing known as the price right for you, because if you are in a bear market, whatever is the price of the property, you are going to get it at 20% less. If you are buying a property in a bull market, you are going to pay 20% more. And the ideal for a buyer is to buy in a bear market. But most buyers will never buy in a bear market, because once you have bought the property in a bear market, it will fall further and people will call you a fool. And if you buy in a bull market, the prices go up and you feel very happy. But actually, the smartest buyers buy in a bear market and not in a bull market. But when does all the sales happen? Only in a bull market. And you know at what price you have bought only 4 years down the line.
Let's take a little different spin to this. Forget price. Buy what you can afford and when you can afford it. Because the price is always going to be set as a dynamic entity. If you can afford that particular property today and your finances are all, sync, go and buy it. Don't time the market, time yourself. When you have the money is the right time to buy. Because why are you buying? You're buying to upgrade your family's lifestyle. You're buying because you're taking a long view on real estate. You're not trying to buy whatever price that we're talking about is 5% or 10%. If you're going to hold real estate for 20 years or 30 years, all this 5% doesn't even matter. We're talking about how many multiples that you're going to be achieving. So forget price, buy what you can afford when you can afford.
Absolutely.
5 is, how do I know if my property is in a good location?
Most important is it has to have good schools, good shopping centers, good places of work, and a good neighborhood. So it is the people who determine the cost of real estate. The land is the same. Different people stay in different places and the prices are different. I can give you one example is Poise Road and Poise Garden. They are only separated by one compound wall. Poise Garden price is at 12 crores a ground. Poise Road the price is at 4.5 to 5 crores a ground. So it is the people who determine the price of the land. How do I decide if I want to sell or rent out my property?
So that's a very personal question depending on you. Now, if you want to continue the compounding effect of real estate, you hold on to your asset and you rent it out. Now, the caveat is your rental return is between 3% for a flat to maybe 5 to 6% if it's a commercial property. Now, what is your borrowing cost versus your rental return? You have to make that decision on whether you want to hold or you're happy with your income that you're generating from this particular property. In our opinion, if you're going to be a long-term owner of real estate, the true benefits of real estate are compounding of the capital value and generating rental income to help you hold that particular asset.
So from my point of view, whether you are going to hold or rent, it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
And as you rightly said, if you hold it for the long term, you get rental returns of 3% for residential, 6% for commercial, plus appreciation. So it's a personal choice of the owner.